Hey, it's Jeff Wombat Mazaris for Bodog TV. I'm here with Kaitlyn Young, the Destroyer. I'm trying to give her a nickname. It's not really sticking. Is it Minneapolis Martial Arts Academy or Minnesota Martial Arts Academy?
Minnesota Martial Arts Academy.
There you go. So the last time we talked to you, nobody really knew who you were because you had one fight, and But now you've kicked like 3 more people in the head and KO'd them, and now you're like the future of women's mixed martial arts.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah, I think my MMA career has moved along since November for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely moved along. Tara La Rosa called you the future of women's mixed martial arts.
That's very, very flattering coming from the current champ, I have to say. Very flattering.
And I called you the future of women's mixed martial arts.
Very flattering coming from Jeff Mazaros.
Yeah. My point is that's 2 people that have called you the future, and I'm sure there have been others. So, a consensus is forming.
It's exciting. I'm having a good time.
It is exciting. So you're here in Las Vegas. We're here in Las Vegas at Bodog Fight, and you're fighting Sarah Schneider.
Yes.
So what do we know about Ms. Schneider?
Not a lot. My original opponent pulled out about 2 weeks in advance, so not entirely, didn't have a whole lot of time. There's not a lot about her. I know she's very aggressive. I believe she's undefeated in MMA at this point, so it should be a slugger. Look forward to watching it.
So speaking of sluggers, let's talk about your hook and shoot fights. I was looking for a word that is more flamboyant than fights, because they weren't really fights. They were more just like you just went right over people. It's like they wandered out into the street and a truck hit them.
I don't know what to say to that one, Jeff.
Well, just talk about what happened.
Well, I was really relaxed. My first fight, she came out like crazy, swinging really hard, and I just caught her and got some good clinch. Hit her with a good body shot. She groaned. Her head went down. I got her with a good knee, and she was like knocked out standing up for a little while, which was an odd thing because her eyes weren't really there. And then she just kind of tipped over. So.
Nice, yeah. Did it make a splat sound like that?
No, I was just trying to be animated.
Yeah, that's good. So that was the first fight, and then I believe the second and the third fights went exactly the same way, pretty much.
Sorta. I mean, Misha, I was really actually happy about this. She was had a strong wrestling background. Obviously, being a striker, you want a chance to work defending the takedown, and she shot, and I was able to defend it, so that was a big step for me, I guess, in my own mind. But anyway, she ended up kind of letting her head get off a little bit too far, and caught it with the right kick. So
She didn't let her head get off. You kicked her head off. There's a difference between allowing something to happen and having it forced upon you. You kicked her in the head. It made it sound like a shotgun going off, and then she fell to the ground and bled enormously.
I don't know. I remember seeing the opportunity there and just letting it go. I felt like she gave me the opportunity.
And then your third fight, you dropped the chick with knee to the body, I think.
Yeah. It was really kind of odd because we did the clinch, and I think maybe the fact that she was 125 had something to do with the knees having more of an impact, because I fight at 35. So, but I kind of sunk the knee, and she kind of went limp. So I just kind of let her down to the ground. My coaches got really pissed about that because they're like, "You keep going until the ref pulls you off," But as it turned out, I think she may have had fractured ribs, so it's probably better that it stopped at that point. So.
Yeah, and then you won the hook and shoot belt. Very shiny belt.
It is a very shiny belt, and I'm happy with the one I currently have, but Jeff Osborne keeps telling me there's a replacement coming, a big even shinier belt, and I can't wait for that one.
Wow, then you have 2 belts at that point?
No, he told me he's taking back the first. I have a little sentimental attachment. I'm a little sad about that, but it's okay.
I was talking to Tara La Rosa about if she wins 2 belts, to be able to have a belt, and then the second one could be like a golden bra.
I suppose. I don't think it'd hold anything, support very well.
You can't wear 2 belts at once, right? You got to have one, and then the other one has to be a tiara or what?
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe you could get it fashioned into a crown of some kind.
All right, enough silliness. So Sarah Schneider, is she way overdue for a kick in the head?
It's always my plan. Overdue? I don't know. She hasn't rubbed me the wrong way yet or anything, but yeah, I'm gonna try to, of course.
Yeah. So how's your groundwork coming along? Your jiu-jitsu?
Great. great. I've been working a lot. Really lucky to have a lot of people that are pretty good at it at her gym. So they've been helping me. I did a grappling tournament and just entered every division I could. Trying to keep going with that. And hopefully, that develops just like the stand-up.
So let's talk about a few places you train. We mentioned earlier Minnesota Mixed Martial Arts Academy. No, it's just Minnesota Martial Arts Academy. There's 2 M's and then 2 A's. That's right. And then, of course, Athletic Performance Incorporated.
Yes.
She gave me a free shirt just like this one. I know. See, so there's like a bias going on now. So anyway, let's talk about those places.
Minnesota Martial Arts Academy, great place. Some of the more notable fighters training out of there. Nick Thompson, who's also fighting on this card. Sean Sherrick, Brock Lesnar, who's also fighting in the UFC here today. Ryan Murray, you're going to see him on this card later. We've had a lot of people come out of there, so there's so many people that have so much knowledge that are really great to train with.
And the Athletic Performance Incorporated, as I understand it, is like the 9th circle of hell. You're flipping tires, people are whipping you, you're throwing up, you're sweating, and then you get in the fight, and that's like eating pudding on a warm day by comparison.
Actually, yeah. Fighting is way, way easier than our conditioning. There's no whipping involved, but a severe amount of emotional abuse takes place. I kind of dread it.
You were talking about an incline trainer that like in that, what Rocky movie was it where they put Dolph Lundgren on that thing and it goes up?
I don't remember the Rocky movie, but yeah, seriously. So picture this. You have your regular treadmill goes like this. And, it's hard running uphill. But then get on an incline trainer that goes to 50%. It's like this. You'll be running and your legs will give out and you'll start like hitting the ground behind it because you're so tired. Like I've had to be caught because I'm like falling off. It's pretty brutal.
It's like some Spider-Man training.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
There you go. So after that, fighting Sarah Schneider, like I say, is going to be like, a walk in the park with, singing little animals and all the Disney stuff.
Singing now. I expect to hear singing chorus.
You wouldn't want to hear my singing. It frightens children and old women.
I'm not a child or an old woman.
Well, it would frighten you too, believe me. It's a terrifying thing to behold. All right, so let's look straight into the camera and talk about, tell Sarah Schneider what kind of horrible things you're going to do to her face. Go on, go.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
Well, I was hoping for something a tad more elaborate, but there you go. Kaitlyn Young for Bodog TV. So tell us, you were incredibly sick.
Yes, I was incredibly sick a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay. I thought it was food poisoning, but it turns out it was just some violent vomiting and diarrhea. It was pretty horrible. I was out of commission for about 5 days.
Violent vomiting and diarrhea, huh?
Yes. And then Ryan got it.